second. I'm sorry, I've got to get all this stuff together. Doing about 3 people's jobs right now, so it's kind of tough. So let's just start off with talking about, what's your name, where are you from?
I'm Wadene Foreman Hilliard, and I was born at Rosebud, Arkansas. Well, actually Bethesda. This was a little community out from Rosebud, and that's where we lived. And Mom planted a holly tree because she loved to have holly to decorate with at Christmas time.
And did you have to do anything special at Christmas time with the tree?
No, well, sometimes I'd help her break off little limbs to decorate with. But,
Did you ever get a chance to climb it?
oh, yes.
What'd you do? You climbed all up and down that tree?
Oh, yes. That was one of the trees in our yard that I climbed. And there was a sycamore tree. I climbed it. And there were some shrubs that I, of course, couldn't climb.
So it sounds like you were a Tom girl.
Oh, pretty much so.
Growing up in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was a country girl for sure.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about who your parents were and where they were from and your siblings.
My mother was from Quitman, or out from there at Enders. And her dad was a country doctor. And there were 9 children. And
You had 9 brothers and sisters?
no,
Oh,
this is my mother.
okay.
And what else you want to know about?
Your father.
Oh, my father was from Rosebud, out from Rosebud. And my mother was a school teacher, and she came to Rosebud to teach school. And she met my dad, and she started going to the Methodist church, and that's where she and my dad got acquainted. And then in the spring, they got married.
And your siblings?
There were 5 of us, and I was the youngest. You said you talked to my sister in
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire. Okay, that's my oldest sister. And she and I are the only ones living now. And then I had a brother and 2 other sisters. What do you want to know about them?
Just how many there were, and, it sounds like you had a big family living out there in the country.
Yes.
You all went to Rosebud, probably schools and all that.
Mm-hmm. And when my oldest sister got out of high school, my parents sent her to the university. She wanted to go to the university anyway. She had a scholarship, so she went to the university. And my next sister wasn't quite as intelligent, shall we say. And she didn't really want to go to college. But she finally went a year or 2 to the university. My parents felt like since the oldest one went and graduated, the second one ought to go there too. And then the third one, and she said, no, I'm going to be a nurse. I want to go to nursing school. So she went to Baptist School of Nursing and graduated and went to work as a surgical nurse. And then next was my brother, and he was very intelligent, more so than the rest of us. And he went to university, graduated, and went to work. And then I was next. And I was just a
Perfect. That's perfect.
medium intelligence.
Ah, they got that. So tell me a little bit about Rosebud. What it was like when you were growing up and this tree was an infant.
The town?
Mm-hmm.
Well, have you ever seen a country town? This was a country town. It was really, we had a grocery store, and we had a post office, and we had a store that had everything, from groceries to clothes, shoes, in the same store. Baldridge store. And see, what else did we have in that town? Oh, there was a little restaurant. And
Did you like growing up in the country?
that's all I knew. I liked it.
When you look back on it, do you feel fortunate to growing up back then in the country?
Well, I look fortunate to have had my particular mother and dad who saw the importance of education. And, well, they had both taught school when they first started out. But they couldn't make enough money teaching school, so my dad bought a farm. And they started farming. And my mother started having children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 6 years. Yes. And I don't know, it was just a fun time. We were happy. Went to church every Sunday. And I just had a good time.
That's fantastic. That's beautiful. It's painting a little bit of a picture. So tell me a little bit about your father. You said he was a farmer, and what did he farm? Where did?
Well, he had 3 farms. One close to the house where we lived. When they married, my mother said, I want a decent house. She didn't like this little house he was living in that was not painted, just wood house. So he got the best, as he'd tell the story, the best carpenter who made houses in White County. And he built the house for him. And if they were going to have an open house, well, you wouldn't remember this, but back then, the White County Extension Agency, they did 4-H clubs and home economics clubs and all that. And they would have open house at different times to show people nice houses. And our house was always one that they showed. And the day before, Mom had us cleaning, shining everything. But we wanted to be proud of our house. So.
And that's the house you were born in, right? Or the one that you always knew?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that's the one where your father or mother planted the holly?
The holly, yes. It was let's see, it started out as a brown house, painted brown, with white trim. And I don't know if that was when they planted the holly tree, or later, after it was painted white. Mom had a hedge down the 2 sides of a walk leading from the house to the road. And then the holly tree was in one corner of that. And there was a lilac bush on the other side.
Was there a barn behind it?
The barn was way over the side.
Okay.
Do you have pictures of these?
I did. I'm just trying to get you to say it. Let's cut just for a moment. We have to cut